Steroid Cruise here. Um, I gotta say this. I was out in a part of Pittsburgh today, right outside of Pittsburgh, and there was a gated community there, and I picked up a black woman there for Uber, and she lived in a gated community. And when I saw, you know, that it was gated, I was like, oh, this is cool, but I found out it was the projects, government housing that was gated. Not only was it gated and there was security there to monitor you going in, you had to go in, even if you lived there, okay, and they got your license on file and all like that. They had to look at your license, okay? You had to show your license when you go in there. So I go in there and I had to go in there and show my license to pick this woman up. And we get in there and I had to go in there and turn around because there's another way into the place, which is dumb. There's another way into the place, which is, what happened here? My just cut out on me. That don't make sense to me. Here we go again. I don't know why that did that. Didn't give me a warning or nothing. Let me take this out, mean it's doing that. I don't know why it's doing that. But anyway, we go in there and the lady immediately tells me, I says, this is a gated community. She says, yeah. I says, well, how's it feel? Do you feel safe up here since it's a gated community? She says, no, because they do stuff right in front of the police. They do stuff in the middle of the night when they know that the police are busy and there's nothing but the security there. And she says, I go to my house and there's people smoking weed right there, on my property and all like that. This means nothing to them. And she says they pull up a chair and all like that, and they just chilling, on the property that we share, having no respect for the fact that, So I was like, wow, okay. So I had to circle around. I get out of there. This is what I want to say. I don't understand I don't understand it. I don't understand, okay, how we as black people, if you want to if you want to feel like you're getting over racism and stuff like that, why do you keep, living in these places that is like, what I mean? That's like, it's kind of like somebody saying, here, I don't want this anymore. It's trash. But if you want it, you know what I mean? I don't like this chicken, but if you like it, I already ate off of it, you know what I mean? But, I don't like the taste of it, whatever, not my thing. You want it? It's like, you're in this religion where you complain about white people all the time, but yet a white man's trash is your treasure. Okay? So we got all these cities all over the world that white people abandoned. They left them as ghost towns. They left them, they gave up on them, moved out, whether it was because of race wars or whether it was because of a disease or, whether it was because of whatever reason, okay, we gave up on these towns. and we went our own way. Okay? And we gave up on these towns. And here we are. Here we are. I'm trying to make my turn here. I got to see it. Okay, there it is. Here we are moving into these neighborhoods. I was at work and I looked up Chester, Pennsylvania, because I started, they showed these clips on YouTube of Chester, Pennsylvania. Now you got Westchester and you got Chester, which is 15 miles apart from each other here in the state of Pennsylvania. Westchester is where all the white people are. Chester, being the whole town, the whole area, is basically a ghetto. Is where all the black people are. And that would be bigger than any community around here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the only people that would live in Chester, Pennsylvania versus Westchester are white people that are landlords and they're running, real estate in Chester. They're running the big businesses and all that kind of stuff. They're running the, I don't think there's they're running the industrial industry or something of that nature. Okay? But you're not going to find, too many white people in Chester. I mean, that's even more than these ghettos out here near Pittsburgh, where, Pittsburgh at least is half white. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least, but Chester is like a whole town that's predominantly black. It's bigger than any other. That has to have the most black population probably in Pennsylvania. You know what I'm saying? And it's a poor, run-down town. It's like they got parts of town where there's nothing. And they should shut those parts of town off and gate them and block them off so can't nobody get into them. Because if you let people go in there, they're going to be doing all kinds of things in there. They're going to be doing drugs and sex scandals and all kinds of stuff in there. Need to shut the whole thing down until you are ready to invest the money to put into it. Now, this is what I'm sick of. I'm sick and tired of seeing, oh, they are done. Are they done? Yeah, they're done. Hot Danny. I knew they wasn't going to be there all day because that don't make sense. But anyway, what we need to do is we need to start, black folks, we need to stop the nonsense of, okay, everywhere we move, we need to quit being cheap about everything. White people are not cheap. Asian people are not cheap. Indian people are not cheap. Nobody but us tries to always spend less than $1 on a piece of food. Nobody but us tries to spend, the lowest thousand to the lowest denominator, okay, on a house, on a car, anything. We're always claiming that we're in a money struggle before we're actually in a money struggle. It's crazy. Okay? We're always doing that. And I don't understand. I really don't. I don't understand why. Like I've told you, black people are oppressed of the devil. What is possessed of the devil is the politics. What is possessed of the devil is the relations between whites and blacks, to where you are not getting the proper respect from white people because of your own, willingness to be the slave. This is 2023. You want to keep acting like a slave, but you want to complain about it. Nobody told you you have to live in Chester. Nobody told you you got to live in the poorest section of Turtle Creek, McKeesport, Glassport. Okay, black people are in the most poorest sections of these towns. Okay? And it's the black people that don't want to spend the money. It's the black people that don't want to elevate themselves, okay, that are, they don't want to elevate themselves, that are, what's the word? That are the most miserable. They're the ones that are the most miserable, the ones that don't want to elevate themselves, okay? They're the ones that are most miserable, okay? You're the ones that are the most miserable, okay? You're the ones that are the most miserable, the ones that don't want to elevate yourselves. But the people that elevate themselves, they tend to say, hey, you know, it's not as racist as we think it is. It's not as, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can get white people's respect just simply by doing more American things like, okay, if you want to live, if you want to stay at a nice hotel, this is what it costs. If you want the best beer, the best wine, this is what it costs. Okay? If you want good housing, this is what it costs. Just like today, I went up and asked this girl, you know, about her apartment, you know, because she lived in a nice place, in a place that I wouldn't mind moving to, and giving it a shot, And when she went to talking this politics to me about, oh, don't do it because it's expensive and blah, 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 blah. I said, I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about that because if I want to get in there, I'll get in there. I'll do what I got to do to get in there. You know what I mean? But you can't walk around here, driving around here, running around here, raising your family, your wife, your kids, bringing them up in this depression when you don't have to be in this depression. Why are you always, like my cousins, they finally got a grip and moved out of the ghettos. Like here we are in our, they're in their 30s and 40s now. They went through a couple generations before they actually decided that, hey, who said we got to live here? Let's get out. And did the white man provide something for them to leave? No. My one cousin got married to a husband, black husband, that got a good job. He said, I ain't living in no ghetto. I'm getting up out of here. No, I want to bring up my wife and her kids in a nice place. So they moved right up the street from me. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I got other cousins that have left the state, okay, and moved into better parts of other states. You don't have to put yourself through this. You just really don't. And it's not the white man's fault, because if you decide to move from Chester to Westchester, the white man is not going to help you get there. You're going to get there all on your own. And he really can't keep you out of Westchester without a profile scandal that's going to, rocket the nation. It's going to be a mess. Okay? It's going to be a mess. I should have turned there because I'm trying to go home. But that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it just kills me how we, like I go to these neighborhoods and people want to complain about their neighborhoods. And then I say, why we do this? And they get offended when I say, why? Why are we like this? Why are we doing this? We don't have to live here. I'm watching this woman raise her kids. Okay, her husband got a good job. I took this woman to this place in Turtle Creek today, and her husband got a good job, and she got 3 kids. And first of all, like, even spending all that money on Uber to take your kids here and pick your kids up here, pick them up one by one. You know what I mean? Do the math. You can do better than that. You can make it more cost efficient and less traveling if you put your mind to it. Secondly, why are you living in these projects? And I could tell when I went in there that these people, okay, are basically thugs that are in there. I could tell, the way they were watching and the way they were acting and all this stuff. I could tell that they were thugs. Okay, I could tell. And, got a bus on my tail. So look, people, you don't have to, and I'm finding out that it's like, what would happen if all the black people left Chester, Pennsylvania? Some white man would look at that neighborhood, some white millionaire, billionaire would look at that neighborhood and get together with some other billionaires, okay, and turn that place into something beautiful. That's what would happen. He would turn that place into something beautiful, okay? That's what he would do. That's what he would do, okay? That's what he would do. And, I mean, we should be, I don't know, I wouldn't say punished, but we should be disciplined, for this kind of behavior. You know what I'm saying? We should be disciplined. We should be disciplined because this is ridiculous. Nobody is forcing us to always settle for less. Nobody is forcing us to always settle for less. Nobody is forcing us to settle for less all the time. If the white man can do it, you can do it too. Okay? I dare you to tell me that I can't live here or live there, or tell me that I ain't no hillbilly, or tell me that I might not like the countryside. How you know that? How you know that my DNA links me to the city so much? How you know that? You don't know that. I dare any white man to tell me that. Oh, you ain't a country boy, you a city boy. You might want to be in the city. I've had white people tell me that, and I said that might have been when I was young. I'm an old man. What do you think I'm doing with the city? Trying to stay out of it. I don't even want to leave my house anymore. I hate coming to work in this garbage, okay? What you talking about? You know what I mean? But, we tell ourselves that we are city people. We tell ourselves that, and when I'm working Uber and I pick black people up that live out in the nice suburbs, they're a totally different breed of black people. And they're just as black as me. They're darker than me. They're some of them are African. So, you know what I mean? Like, they're a totally different breed of people. You know what I mean? When they see that they don't have, when I see that they don't have to live like this, okay? They don't have to live like this. It's a total different thing. It is. It really is. It's a total It's a total different thing. And it's a total breed of black man. It really is. A total different thing. I ain't going over that bumpy, crazy road. You must be out of your mind. Let me turn around. I ain't going in. I ain't putting my car through that. I ain't putting my car through that craziness. Uh-uh. No, 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 baby. No, 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 baby. I ain't putting my car through that. I ain't putting my car. Oh, this is UPMC. Okay. I know what that road. I know what that road want to do to my car. Only idiots ride that road. Go back out here. But look, it just kills me that black folks are always in these neighborhoods. And, I rode a guy, I picked a guy up, his daughter, there's this black guy I picked up 3 weeks ago. His daughter, he was babysitting his grandbaby, and his daughter lives like out near McKeesport, my first neighborhood, near the ghetto. His daughter lives out there, out near McKeesport, okay? And she lives out near McKeesport, and her dad bought a building, an old like insurance company for a house. I don't know how much he paid for it. He probably got a good deal on it. It's a really small place. Okay, he probably got a real good deal on it. And it's a really nice place. And he bought it in a place called Penn Hills up here near Pittsburgh. And it's a very, very, very nice neighborhood. Of course, it was better back in the day, but, because there's so much business up there, okay, and so much, agriculture up there, they make sure that it's going to stay Penn Hills. It's always going to be Penn Hills is Penn Hills. So, even though there's more black people moving into it every year, it's Penn Hills is Penn Hills. It's not going to be given over to ghetto nonsense, okay? I don't care if they outnumber white people with black. It's not going to be given to ghetto nonsense. It's not going to happen, okay? So, it's a beautiful place. It really is. And this man bought a house, and he was telling his granddaughter, I'm driving, and I hear him in the back seat telling his granddaughter, like, hey, wait till you get to my house, and it's going to be okay. And do you remember where you're at? You need to memorize how you get to my house and all like that, because he wants to show his grandbaby the difference between the ghetto and, where he's living. And, we black people, this is 2023, we don't have to live in these ghettos. We don't. We don't have to live in these shabby neighborhoods where we know that we're going to have to get the gun out and put it under the pillow because this town is so broke. We're bound to be robbed. Okay, we're bound to be robbed. We're bound for something to pop off because look at it. You know what I mean? This is a shooting zone. You know what I mean? This is a carjacking zone. There's nothing out here. Like Chester, there's nothing out there. And I'm looking at Westchester and I'm like, what the heck, man? And for a minute there, I got angry with white people because I'm like, y'all right up the road at Westchester. And I know y'all got to be talking about, look at these dumb black people in Chester. But see, what black people need to do, they need to move to Westchester. Move over, white folks. We moving in. We don't want this little Doochie neighborhood that ain't got nothing in it. The houses are falling in and all like that. The city and state ain't helping us out with nothing. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And people say, oh, well, you know what? And white people will do it too sometimes. Not just black people, but white people will do it. They'll say, oh, well, you know what? You wouldn't believe how cheap houses are in this town. No duh. No duh. No duh. No duh. Or you wouldn't believe how good the houses are in this town. But that's not the way you get ahead, black folks. You get ahead, black folks, you got to get ahead the way everybody else gets ahead. And if you sell anything, you're going to look at the prices that the white people are charging, and you're going to sell it for the same price. You're going to look at the prices that the Indians and the Asians are charging for this food, for this gas, for this item, whatever. And you're going to say, hey, we're doing the same thing. We might even charge more if we can get away with it. Okay? So don't tell me that, don't talk to me about, being cheap and settling for cheap, because you ain't going to sell it for cheap. So why should anybody sell it to you for cheap? I watch black people, you know what I'm saying? I watch them sit there and talk about everything's so expensive, and then they turn around and they charge the highest price that they can charge when they open up their business. You know what I'm saying? No. No. You wanted that bread, okay, for under $1. Okay, you wanted, bread, we barely get bread for $2 even. It's always 2 something to 4 something for a loaf of bread. Okay, here in Pennsylvania. Okay, you need to buy that bread for $4, just like you charging $4 for it. Okay? Oh, you want everything cheap, but yet you want to charge high. I mean, like, I went to the white man to get my hair cut, and the white man did a fantastic job. I mean, he cut them lines real good. She, rather, cut them lines real good. But black folks, what do? They be bringing up you could buy a whole barbershop for what they want to cut my hair for. You know what I mean? $20 to cut this little bit of hair. Are you kidding? I ain't got no hair. I'm bald. How you going to just charge me $20 to just take me up? Okay, that's why I cut my own hair now, because black folks and raised, like I had a lady in my old hometown, white lady, that would charge me, real cheap to get my hair done, And now, I come to Pittsburgh, and it's like, hold up, dude. $15, $20 when I ain't got no hair on my head. You ain't doing nothing but lining me up. No, man. No, that's all right. I'll cut my own hair. I'll line my own self up. You know what I'm saying? Well, I suck at it, but still, I ain't paying no $20, okay, for you to sit there and cry about how everything is so expensive and the white man this and the white man that. But you charging more than the white man's charging. The white woman was charging me $10 to line me up in 2023. What you charging me? You know what I mean? Get out of here, So, I am D-Roy Cruz. I am your life applications officer. Y'all need to chill, and y'all need to quit settling for less. I found out today the problem with black people is they settle for less when they don't have to. And then you call it the white man. The white man is depressing us. The white man is holding us down. But yet nobody told you had to go straight to Chester. Didn't nobody tell you to come to Pittsburgh and go straight to McKeesport or go straight to Braddock. Come on, man. Like, learn something about the neighborhood. Oh, well, I want to be where my people are. Oh, you want to be where your people are. Your people's going to shoot you. Your people is going to break into your house, carjack you, and everything else, okay? You want to be in a place where where you got to go into the white neighborhood anyway to go to the good stores. Seriously, dude? No, man. Stop settling for less, and you'll find out you won't hate white people so much when you understand, because you're out there spending the money. You understand why they charge the way they do, why they live the way they do, because they're not cheap about money. You know, to white people, it costs what it costs. That's the difference. It costs what it costs. And it should be the same way for you. It costs what it costs. You know? It costs what it costs. I am DeRoy Cruz. I am your life applications officer. If this is still recording, thank you for watching. And I will do more of this in a little bit. Okay? Thank you for watching. God bless you. Goodbye.